About a month ago, I came up here and talked about Trump's first executive orders as president. For the most part, I kept it as neutral as possible so you guys can make your own decisions if he was right or wrong for what he was doing. Today, I'm not going to be neutral. Today, I'm going to expose Trump and the people that he's put into his cabinet. Today, I'm going to tell you why Trump will not step into the Oval Office 4 years from now. So the first person I'm going to talk about today is Trump's first cabinet nominee, Jeff Sessions. For those who don't know who Jeff Sessions is, he was a district attorney for the state of Alabama from 1981 to 1993. After that, he was the senator of Alabama from 1997 to 2017. Like most Alabama politicians, Sessions is a die-hard conservative. In fact, many consider him to be the most conservative man in the U.S. Senate. On February 9, 2017, Jeff Sessions was appointed the position of Attorney General by President Donald Trump. Throughout Sessions' political career, he has been involved in numerous controversial incidents, including the topics of racism and lying under oath. The first incident happened during a case hearing in the 80s. This case had to do with a young black man who had been kidnapped and brutally murdered by two members of the Ku Klux Klan. The Klansmen murdered this man by slitting his throat and hanging him from a tree. When Sessions was hearing about this case in full detail, the subject of marijuana came up. This was because the two Klansmen were smoking the evening of the killing. When Sessions heard this, he decided to make a joke and said that the Klansmen were okay until he found out that they smoked pot. This is disturbing to me because as a district attorney, Sessions had the audacity to joke about a young man that was brutally murdered and hung by a tree. Imagine sitting in a courtroom and having your son's death being mocked by your own government, let alone the attorney. The second incident that Jeff Sessions has been involved with came last year during the election. During this time, Sessions talked to the Russian ambassador Sergei Kozlov about supposedly rigging the election. Based off the article, Why Jeff Sessions is in Deep Trouble, written by Jennifer Rubin, the meeting with Jeff Sessions and Sergei Kozlov took place in September in the senator's office, at the height of what U.S. intelligence officials say was a Russian cyber campaign to upend the United States presidential race. This made a lot of people suspicious about what Sessions was doing, and led to Senator Patrick Leahy asking him one question. Several of the president-elect's nominees or senior advisors have Russian ties. Have you been in contact with anyone or contacted to any part of the Russian government about the 2016 election, either before or after Election Day? Sessions' response was simple: no. This was shocking to me personally because if you look at the facts, it's evident that Sessions not only lied under oath, but potentially committed treason against his own country. And with all this, Sessions' punishment for this is to be our Attorney General. Seems reasonable, right? So the next person I want to talk to you about today is the nominee for Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos. Similar to Sessions, DeVos is also a part of the Republican Party. Her line of work includes being the Republican National Committee woman for Michigan from 1992 to 1997. After that, she served as a chairwoman of the Michigan Republican Party from 1996 to 2000. So on February 7th, 2017, DeVos was confirmed by the Senate by a 51-50 margin, with Vice President Mike Pence breaking the tie in favor of DeVos' nomination. This is not a coincidence that she was barely voted in. As you may or may not know, DeVos has plans to fix our education system, which has a lot of people disagreeing. The way she's going to fix our education system involves spending $20 billion for school voucher programs. This program will use the money to open up more charter schools and more private schools across the U.S., leaving public schools as a lower tier option. This will be funded by taxpayers' dollars, and DeVos believes that this will make transformational change that ensures every student in America has the opportunity to fulfill his or her highest potential. Of course, there is a big problem with this. What DeVos is not taking into account are all the families that are either financially struggling or are in poverty. For these families, they have no other option but to send their kids to public schools. That means that their children won't be getting the quality education that every kid deserves. This is truly shocking to me because she's a politician from the state of Michigan, which is home to Detroit. And that surprised me that she wouldn't take this in consideration, knowing the poverty rate in Detroit. So according to the National Education Association, this isn't the first time DeVos tried this. On November 24th, 2017, they stated that DeVos has lobbied for failed schemes like vouchers, which have taken away funding and local control from our public schools to fund private schools at taxpayers' expense. As a matter of fact, this is true. Back in 2001, DeVos fought for tax cuts for the wealthy and at the expense of public schools, for vouchers that diverted taxpayers' funds from public schools to private schools, and allowed for-profit charter schools to operate with no accountability with being funded by taxpayers. On top of that, according to the article, Why Betsy DeVos is Riling Up Education Advocates, written by Safari Ali, DeVos didn't even attend public school. She's never worked in education, and she doesn't have any academic background in education. She's making the decisions that will nearly affect 100,000 public schools and over 50 million children. That's just insane. The number one issue that scares me personally the most about DeVos is that she's never had the public school experience. She doesn't know that public schools do help a lot of people succeed in life. She's ignorant to the fact that most people don't want to pay for school tuition for 16 years just to get a college degree. So, in conclusion, there's no coincidence that Trump's nominees are just controversial as he is. After all, he's the one that chose them. Trump and his cabinet are going to continue to push controversial agendas, and as of now, there's not much we can do. In all honesty, we're going to have to ride these next 4 years out and hope Trump doesn't blow us up anytime between. But keep in mind that we are scholars. We are all here at Cal Poly because we have shown intellectual traits that most people don't possess. So my call to action isn't to go out in the streets and riot like the rest of society. Instead, I want you guys to educate yourselves. I want you guys to learn about all the questionable decisions Trump has and will be making. I want you guys to become more knowledgeable than just what CNN has to say. Overall, I want you guys to become the driving force that will make sure Trump doesn't enter the Oval Office 4 years from now.